Alright, this is video number 27 in the series. We're going to start out with a couple syllable reading exercises in soprano clef and move on to our first exercises in tenor clef. And then we'll go ahead and cover 3 exercises from Danhauser's second book. First one is in C major in treble clef, second one's in G major in treble clef, and the third one's in F major in bass clef. Let's go ahead and jump right in, take a look at our first example for this video in soprano clef. And it looks like this, number 8. Remember those reference points. What's that first note up there? We had that in the last video. That is one of our reference points. That's a sol. Alright, and then remember the other reference points are the do at the bottom of the staff, and then sol in the middle, and do between the top 2 lines. I'm going to give you a count of 4 in this one. It's going to be about like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, this one's got a lot of leaps in it, so have fun with your groupings. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sol, re, fa, sol, do, la, fa, si, sol, re, si, do, re, la, fa, si, re, la, sol, fa, sol, re, si, re, fa, do, sol, fa, re, sol, sol, re, do, si, fa, si, re, la, do, sol, do, fa, sol, sol, re, do, si, fa, si, re, si, do, sol, re, fa, la, do, sol, do. And let's go ahead and take a look at number 9. Looks like this. You can see that we've again got our reference points clearly spelled out for us, and that we are working primarily on what interval? Thirds. I'm going to give you a count of 3 on this one. It's going to be about like 1, 2, 3. Alright, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Do, mi, do, sol, si, sol, do, la, do, sol, mi, sol, do, mi, do, sol, mi, sol, do, la, do, sol, mi, sol, si, do, la, sol, mi, do, la, sol, si, do. And let's go ahead and take a look at number 11 as well. Looks like this. I'm going to give you a count of 4 on this one. It's going to be about like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. So go ahead and take a look at it for a second. Alright, I'll go ahead and give you a count of 4. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do, fa, re, la, mi, do, sol, si, re, fa, re, sol, mi, do, si, la, fa, re, si, mi, do, fa, la, sol, si, mi, fa, re, si, sol, do, fa, si, la, sol, mi, re, sol, fa, si, la, sol, re, mi, do, si, sol, la, mi, re, fa, si, sol, re, la, si, sol, mi, do, la, re, do. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and take a look at our first examples in tenor clef, which, as I mentioned before, is common in vocal music of the Renaissance or Baroque. And you also see it today in the upper ranges of the cello, for example, or the bassoon, euphonium. But let's go ahead and take a look at our first examples. Number 2 looks like this. You can see that our reference points, again, are C and G. So the first note there is, of course, C. That's what the C clef indicates. And then we've got a G as our 4th note. And at the very bottom there, you can see our reference point C as well. So let's go ahead and do this one. I'll go ahead and give you a count of 3 for this one. It'll be like this. 1, 2, 3. Alright, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Do, re, do, sol, la, sol, do, re, do, sol, fa, sol, do, si, do, si, do, re, sol, fa, do, re, sol, la, do, si, sol, fa, do, re, si, do, sol, la, fa, sol, do, re, si, do, si, la, sol, fa, re, do, si, do, sol, do. And let's go ahead and conclude our syllable reading with the very next example in tenor clef. It's number 3. And it looks like this. We'll take it about the same tempo, give you a count of 3 again. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Do, si, do, sol, fa, sol, do, si, do, sol, la, sol, do, re, do, sol, fa, do, re, la, sol, do, re, si, do, re, fa, sol, re, do, si, do, la, sol, fa, re, do, si, do. All right, let's go ahead and move on to some Danhauser. We're going to take a look at exercise number 2 from his second book. And it looks like this. I think the primary challenge in this one might be, for one, the speed, since we're going to go ahead and take it at the indicated tempo of 138. We're in 3/8, so we're going to be conducting a 3 pattern, as we've talked about in previous videos. And take a look at the accent patterns here, which are also relatively unique considering what we've looked at up to this point. So we're going to go ahead and make sure we pay attention to those accents, the dynamics, etc. And usually I don't take the repeats, but I'm going to go ahead and take all of the indicated repeats in this piece. So we're in C major. Let's go ahead and do a quick C major warm-up. Do, mi, sol, la, fa, re, si, do. So the first notes are do, mi, fa, sol. If you don't feel comfortable with that tempo, go ahead and pause the video here and practice it yourself before singing with me in recovery method. All right, here we go. Gonna give you a count of 3. We come in on the do. It's gonna be about like this. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so relatively speedy. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Do, mi, fa, sol, do, la, do, mi, fa, sol, fa, sol, mi, fa, sol, do, la, sol, mi, sol, do, re, do. Do, mi, fa, sol, do, la, do, mi, fa, sol, fa, sol, mi, fa, sol, do, la, sol, mi, sol, do, re, do. Do, re, mi, do, sol, do, re, mi, do, re, mi, re, do, la, sol, do, re, mi, re, mi, re, sol, la, si, do, re, mi, do, si, la, sol. Re, mi, re, sol, la, si, do, re, mi, fa, re, mi, do. Re, mi, re, sol, la, si, do, re, mi, do, si, la, sol. Re, mi, re, sol, la, si, do, re, mi, fa, re, mi, do. Do, mi, fa, sol, do, la, do, mi, fa, sol, fa, sol, mi, fa, sol, do, la, sol, mi, sol, do, re, do. Do, mi, sol, la, sol. Do, mi, sol, la, sol. Do, mi, sol, la, sol. Mi, sol, do, re, do. Do. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at example number 8 in G major. And you can see that we have a tempo marking of 60 to the dotted half, and it's andante grazioso, which means gracefully, an andante, walking pace. And we have a dolce marking as well, which means sweetly. Let's go ahead and take a look at the articulations here. Also, do you see any modulations that could potentially be occurring? We're in G major in the beginning. So you might have noticed that there is a section here that appears to be in D major. But we also have a B flat there, so it kind of tends to touch on D minor a little bit as well. So D harmonic minor. But then you can see we come back to G major in the 4th system. I'm going to go ahead and highlight that portion that appears to be in D major or D minor and put a D grace note in there as well to get that C sharp. Pay attention as usual to the dynamics and articulations, breath marks, etc. Let's do a quick G major warm-up. Sol, si, re, mi, do, la, fa, sol. So first notes are si, la, sol, re. So our tempo is going to be about like this. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. Okay? So let's go ahead and do this one. First notes. Si. So I'll go ahead and give you a ready and, which are beats 1 and 2. Remember, we're in 6/8, so we're conducting a 2 pattern. Here we go. Ready and. Si, la, sol, re. Do, si, la, sol, la, re. Si, la, sol, re. Do, si, la, sol.
La, fa, sol, la, si, sol, re, do, re, mi, re. La, fa, sol, la, si, sol, do, re, mi, do, la, re, mi, do, la, re. Do, si, la, sol, re. Do, si, la, sol, la, re. Si, la, sol, re. Do, si, la, sol. Do, si, la, sol. La, si, do, si, la, sol. Sol, sol, sol.
All right, so the next one we're going to be looking at is in bass clef. It's number 89 in the second book. And it looks like this. Like I've said before, if this looks fuzzy, you might increase the resolution on the video or increase the size of your screen. Take a look at this example for a second and see if you can identify any modulations that occur. Note that we're in F major at the beginning. So you can see there are not so many accidentals in this one. We might briefly touch on C major, for example, in the second system. And we also have in the sixth system, we have C sharp. So it looks like we're, for a short time, in D minor there. Then we have an E flat, which is interesting as well. But go ahead and use any grace notes that you feel would be necessary. I'm going to go ahead and take this one at the tempo indicated. I'm going to go ahead and break it up into two slides as well to make it a little bit easier to read. So the first one looks like this, and the second one is going to look like this. So you can see that we have 3 measures of arrest, which should make the transition between the slides a little easier. Let's go ahead and go back to that first slide, do an F major warm-up.
Fa, la, do, re, si, sol, mi, fa.
So our first notes are going to be
Fa, sol, la, si, do, fa, mi, fa.
And our tempo is going to be about like this. 1, 2. So I'll go ahead and give you a ready and we come in on the fa. Pay attention to those articulations and dynamics. Here we go. Ready and.
Fa, sol, la, si, do, fa, mi, fa. Fa, sol, la, si, la, sol. So, fa, mi, fa, sol, do, si, do. La, sol, fa, sol, fa, mi, re, do. So, fa, mi, fa, sol, la, sol, do. La, sol, fa, mi, fa, sol, la, sol, do. So, fa, mi, fa, sol, la, do, si, la. Fa, mi, fa. Re, do, si, la, sol, fa. La, si, sol, la, fa, sol, mi, fa. La, si, sol, la, fa, sol, mi, fa. Do, si, la, fa, sol, la, si, do, re, do. Fa, sol, la, si, do, re, do, fa. Do, si, la, fa, mi, fa. Re, do, si, la, sol, fa. La, sol, fa, sol, la, re, do, re. Re, fa, mi, fa, sol, la, sol, fa, mi. Si, sol, la, fa, sol, mi, fa. Sol, mi, fa, re, mi, do, re. Si, fa, mi, re. Fa, mi, la. Fa, mi, la. Fa, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, fa, mi. La, fa, re, mi, do, re, si, do, la, do, si, la. Fa, sol, la, si, do, fa, mi, fa. Fa, mi, fa, si, la, sol. Sol, fa, mi, fa, sol, la, sol, do. La, sol, fa, mi, fa, sol, la, sol, do. Sol, fa, mi, fa, sol, la, do, si, la. Fa, mi, fa. Re, do, si, la, sol, fa. La, si, sol, la, fa, sol, mi, fa. La, si, sol, la, fa, sol, mi, fa. Do, si, la, fa, sol, la, si, do, re, do. Fa, sol, la, si, do, re, do, fa. Do, si, la, fa, mi, fa. Re, do, si, la, sol, fa.
All right, we'll go ahead and leave it at that for this video. We'll continue our work with soprano and tenor clefs in the next video and get to a couple more exercises from Danhauser's second book as well. As usual, until next time, happy sightseeing.